Let's introduce. This is Patricio Sarmiento. He's a designer, real, truly international designer, right? Truly international.
Yes. Basically, I was born in Ecuador, but when I was quite young, I left to Germany first to be a dancer, but and then I left to the United States to New York again to pursue my dancing, but it didn't go that well. And since I learned how to sew because my grandfather and my mother were seamstresses. So I was trying to help my dancing, to support my dancing doing costumes. Yeah. And so that's why I started to, I decided at some point to really go to study fashion. And then I joined Parsons design. And that took me later to Paris. Thanks to a concept that I participated in Italy, where I met Francine Perras.
Wonderful scene.
And they did convince me to go to join the IFM, the Artistique. That was back
last century.
Oh my God.
Last century. Last decade.
Yeah, that was 1998. 1999.
Yeah. Before I was on the 2001, you were 1999. Yeah.
No, 1990 when I met them, and then I joined the year 2000, which that was the first.
Basically, also wanted to the States, or how did you?
No. I actually represented. In Gorizia there's a big contest called Metal Moda.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you joined the Metal Moda.
Yeah, that's where I met them.
I see. So you basically was recruited from the competition.
Exactly.
Same as Jonas. Jonas and who was that guy? Yeah, the guy from Swiss, from my group. It's the same. Like even Sada was the same.
Yeah.
They went for the exhibition. The competition. And then
they used to do that.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
And at that time, actually, I didn't even know what the IFM was. For me, it was just okay. The ticket to go to Paris.
Me too.
I didn't know what IFM. I didn't know at all what it was. It was a big school, and well, then when I arrived, and then my big surprise, getting into this amazing building, Jean Goujon.
Yeah. Like me, I was the same. I just really have no money to go to Sabardi. I was like, originally I was the first one to go to Sabardi. I just have no money, and then, because I ran out of money after my education. So I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I have to ask for another option. So that's why I applied. I don't even know what is EFM. I just know, okay, it's there, So when I got the ticket to get in, I was like, oh, so this is it. Before I have no clue about it. I think you were the first promotion, right?
Yeah, it was the very first.
Yeah. So how do you? Yeah, it's like how come you just go there saying like, oh, this is a ticket, I just go, even if it's a new program, I don't care, I just go. Yeah.
I don't know, I was in 1997, that was my third year at Parsons. I went to Paris, and I did Parsons Paris. And I did 1 year, it's not exchange, but it's a 1 year program there. And I really enjoyed Paris, I really loved it. I really wanted to work on haute couture, and of course haute couture only happens there.
Yeah.
But, damn, I didn't have any money, Parsons Paris, I did it with full scholarship.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
They have scholarship. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought they were all private. I didn't go to the FIT even.
When I was, as I said, I was a dancer, and I was a very poor dancer. I didn't have my parents to support. They couldn't support me. And 1 year Parsons program, my parents would never earn that much money. So I prepared myself because I never drew in my life before. I didn't know how to draw. So I used to work at. Well, I did many jobs, washing dishes, and while I was dancing, and then after my job, I would go home just draw, whatever. You know, I was trying to learn. It was one. I was living in this big house with eight. There were 8 of us. All girls. There was one girl that was very good at drawing. She would give me some advice. But I got it. And then I did my portfolio. And then I went to I just want to try it. So I tried FIQ, Parsons, and Pratt. And when I went to all of them, I finished. I just had the big willing to do it. It's my passion. It's been my dream when I was a kid. Back home in Ecuador, we don't have a fashion school.
Oh, there was none.
There's none. At that time, now there are. But at that time, there wasn't. So for me, it was a dream. And I remember back in Ecuador, there was this person that I know. It was a colleague of dancing. She was American. She took me to the American consulate where they had this list of colleges where you can learn the subject, and then we looked for the best. And then, of course, it was Parsons, number 1, and then I saw the prize. It was just a dream, far away dream. So then, it happens that the person who interviewed me was kind, nice, and would speak and said, I'm going to try to get you a scholarship. So they gave me a full scholarship. I didn't have to pay for my studies, but I had to work for my living.
Yes, but you're allowed to work there, right? As a South American, because we don't allow to work there.
So in America?
Yeah.
No, you're not allowed. You didn't work.
Okay.
You can buy everything. No, yeah. To be honest, the first when I arrived to this house with all these dancers that they were getting there, and then I said, listen, I only have 3 months visa. The tour, I was talking to one of the girls and I said, listen, I wish I would like to stay here and work and pursue my dancing career, but I only have 2 months. And at that age, we're all like 17, 18.
Yeah.
One girl said, let's get married. So we went married.
Really? That was your first wife? Yeah, that was my first wife. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. And then we just went to the City Hall. City Hall, and then I didn't even speak English. I just said yes of whatever the person was saying, and I said yes, and I was married. Then I went back to wash dishes at that time.
I think, yeah. Oh, that's why you can work. Well, one question. Yeah. Why do you consider Julia then? You can.
Julia?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so tough. First of all, I didn't have the money to really.
Oh, they don't have to pay, right.
Julia's another expensive school. And I just was taking classes here and there, and then I joined a troupe as well. But then how it started is because I was invited. All this group of kids, they wanted to go to the ADS, it's the American Dance Festival, and that happens at each university. The festival at that time was the most important of contemporary dance, and of course it's paid good, also it's very expensive. And so what happens is I just send another letter saying that I really want to go. I've been dancing for so many years, but I don't have the money, but I don't have to sew and do costumes, and I can help doing the costumes, because what they do at the ADS, they invite very famous choreographers and companies, and they do new dance performances, and for that they need to realize the costumes. So I said I can just help out. The work studied, and I said okay. So I could take classes for free and do the costumes. And it started that way, actually. I remember I was helping the costume designer, the entitled costume designer. She had me she sent me to sew pants to see if I know how to do it. So I saw it and said, okay. There was two designers, one from Spain and the other one from Argentina. They didn't even speak English. They only spoke Spanish. I said, why don't you just work with them? And actually, our costumes were the best. I got reviews in the New York Times, and then people asked me to do more costumes, and that's how it happened.
But then you after IFM, you went you were working in a school in Paris.
No, after the IFM, I got hired just because I couldn't do an internship. I didn't have the money to stay in Paris and do internship. Either I got a job, or I was thinking I'd go back to the States. Within the month, I already got an offer. I had three interviews. One was Celine, one was Jean-Paul Gaultier, and one was Mauricio Galante.
And then you went to Mauricio.
Why? Well, I'm happy that I went, but it wasn't my first choice. My first choice.
That's what I was asking. I said, you have Jean-Paul, you want to go to Mauricio?
No. My first choice was, of course, Jean-Paul Gaultier. They were interested because they had some background working in Calvin Klein when I was in New York, and they wanted me to work in the jeans line.
So you want to see the couture?
Yeah, but the problem is that they offer me like almost all of them. Like Celine did as well. They offer me a 6-month period, and it's CDD, right? The same as CDD. And with CDD you cannot get papers.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ones who offered me a CDI, it was Mauricio.
I see.
So,
there's only option to go there.
Yeah.
And if you can go there.
And it was the haute couture as well that I really, I was very interested. And also our university was quite similar. So really, then now I'm very happy that I joined Mauricio Galante. And I stayed with him for at least first 5 years. It was full time, and then we did a lot of collaborations. I was working not on full time. At least for 8 years in total. Yeah.
I see. And then afterwards, you went to the education center.
No, before that, I started a company with a friend. Somebody that did free job lingers. Another. It was my IFM, my classmate from the IFM.
Oh, really? I don't know that one. I mean, from your promotion, I only know you. Because you were there when we were at school.
No, free job was a phenomenon, I would say. She came from La Chambre Syndicale.
Oh, yeah.
I think he joined the IFM while Francine took him because he had a true talent. Very raw, very classic. He loved this classical, haute couture way of designing and aesthetic. So when he designed it with all these ladies with with poses like that, with the cigarette.
Yeah, very 20s.
yeah, very much inspired by this kind of stuff. So he was so décalé from what reality is, from what we were looking at as being contemporary design. But he just has this creativity in him, and very good at drawing. So when he finished, we both finished, he didn't really get a job because he was doing an internship. He learned very quick.
Wait, he's a French or is he?
He's German.
He's a German.
He's German.
Oh, he could work there.
He
How come he couldn't get the job?
Because people wouldn't hire him. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, he's a classic, right?
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Okay.
So until he joined L'Accent. He joined L'Accent.
That's really nice.
He was doing an internship actually, but they really realized that he had the talent. So, and also he got, I think until L'Accent he really saw something in him. He saw the talent, and he asked him to do. I remember accessories because he was my roommate.
Oh, I see.
So I know all this. So he asked me to do handbags. And he did a handbag that really worked. And then he asked me to do dresses. And then all of a sudden, from being an intern, he became the head. No,
the head
of designer of the
oh my God.
ready to wear line.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, he was 23, 24, very young.
Okay.
And plus he had a business now. He negotiated his salary for part-time.
Okay.
For 9,000 euros.
That was huge.
Yeah, by the time it was huge.
Yeah.
And then Chapcock came, you know, the brand, the Southern guy, and they say, well, can you be our artistic director? Because I need to have another, you know, another half of the time on the street.
Yeah.
And say, okay, for 11,000.
It's one of kind, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I tell you that, you know, Pablo, when he got the first one in Saloon, it was also a CDJ, but he hired a job. It's not that big. But I remember it was like 1,000 something.
Yeah.
Because we all have no money, you know. He was like, the money is really good. So think about it, it was 1,000, but he has 11,000.
No. He would make the money. If we join all the people that left in the IFM, we join other salaries, he would give more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he was working with this big company in Italy, in Como. What's the name? They do prints, very famous company.
H1? Or, no, H1. Okay, no, it's Osagamo, and then it's, Missoni.
No, it's a print. Silk factory. It's not that one, it's another one.
Pucci.
It wasn't Pucci. He worked with Pucci, but he was just giving ideas. Once a month. He already got 2,000 for it. So his income monthly was like 27,000.
Genius.
But he lasted only a year and a half. Because he got a breakdown.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. I got old.
Same as a McQueen. But luckily he's still alive. One of the things. It was just quite amazing. And then when he stopped that, we created a new company in Rotterdam. Okay. But why did you guys stop then later?
We stopped because there were two creators. That's a big
the brand. So the brand was separated in the end, right?
Right. No, at the end it didn't work out between at that time my roommate, the one who was my ex-girlfriend from the IFI. Yeah. So then we just stopped, and the brand, I think he lasted for two more seasons, and then he stopped.
So after that?
After that, this gives me another reason to work on graphics. And I had an idea, okay, and it was I would like to. I came up with the idea of using subliminal messages. Right. Why? Because I was very interested in how people have been using subliminal messaging to manipulate people, especially when, political reasons, or sometimes to manipulate consumers as well. To manipulate it so they can buy it. There's the story of Coca-Cola putting one frame in a film. They put just one frame of Coca-Cola, and then you don't see it because it goes up to 30 cents per second, but you still feel you feel thirsty, or you feel you wanna buy a Coca-Cola because you saw it. So that's what subliminal messaging is. So it's a message that is hidden, but it manipulates your mind. Just straight to your unconscious. So I want to use that, but to give messages of love, peace, so people don't know that maybe you have a T-shirt that says "I'm beautiful." People actually don't see it, right? But they're subconscious to it.
Yeah.
Or maybe sexy, and they don't think about sexy, but it's subconscious. So I started to work on that. And I did an entire collection of many things, paperwork, because you can depend on many things. So I started with doing curtains, paperwork, putting messages of peace, of love, to calm down, and then and it really works. And I remember I did my entire collection, so a lot of T-shirts, even paper paper blocks and there was so many things. I just.
Right. So you use different objects, whatever you can find. It was just.
Right, no, but it had somehow a coherence, because it was from t-shirts all the way to paper stationery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Maria Lisa because I know Maria Lisa.
Yeah.
She came from Venezuela.
Yeah.
And she totally loved me. She just cannot. Because we were selling with free job with the other brand. We were selling to Maria Lisa.
Oh, you also sold it.
Yeah. So I went there and I said, listen, I have a new collection. Do you want to see it? And it's all about messages. I said, I'm busy, but I can send you my assistant. She actually sent an intern. And they just look at my things and they just blow me out. And I went on my back. And I was just so down after that. And then I was passing in front of Colette. Mm-hmm. And I said, what the hell, I just going inside to Colette and it was 9 in the morning. It was very early, right? So I just went and I asked, can I see the buyer? And it was Sebastian, the name guy. And I didn't know him. And so listen, I'm looking for a buyer. I said, well, I'm a buyer. And he said, listen, I have a collection. You want to see it?
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So in the middle of Colette, I just opened my bag and I showed him it. And he really got excited about the idea and the graphics. And I said, great. So let's do it. So he placed an order and I had a corner of my stuff in Colette. After you Colette, everything comes.
Yeah.
All the Japanese came, the Americans, Russians, and they placed orders.
Yeah.
Big success, but I was alone.
Yeah.
And I had so many orders that I couldn't deliver that I only left 2 So this order was, I was selling to Takashima, I was selling to so many people, this very young street, that they follow up and collect. But that as well, it's a good success story, but it ended wrong because I couldn't manage it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have
a team.
I didn't have the manager, fashion manager in mind at that time.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, Actually, that was the original idea. Fongxing wants to help us to create a mindset, but still, we as one individual designer, we can't do that. We still need a team for that.
Totally, because then, once you start your own company, creativity gets reduced to what? 10% of the whole work, and then the rest is just managing stuff.
Yeah, especially for recent years, it's like product, it's even so less. Maybe not even 10%. The thing, the whole idea was marketing and the branding. That was a key.
And how I was working, I was still working. All the time I was working with Mauricio, collaborating with as a designer because he started a new line of accessories and furniture, so we started to do that. And then I stopped working for him, I think it was in 2008, 9. And then I started to work on education. So I was called by CD Gross. I don't know if you have CD Gross.
Yeah, I have her. I don't like her. I hate her.
Nobody likes her.
Well, anyways, I've been joking.
No, I can totally see why.
I know.
So
well, I have a story to tell.
Yeah, well.
It's your stage.
Very German, yeah. And she actually went after she taught me, I remember, one subject in collection, like in collection development at the editor.
Yeah.
But we became close, and especially she was very close to Future because they were German.
Yeah.
And a couple of times she came to our house because she was hired by, I think it was Skada.
Somewhat, I remember that.
Skada.
But it was just a.
And she was to develop the.
She's on the project. She's not fully hired.
Yeah.
Not really fully hired.
And she came in panic. I remember one night, and we built the entire collection with her.
I can tell, the period of time she was working in Givenchy, I was there in stagiaire, and she was there.
No, it was Givenchy. It was Givenchy.
She was, she doesn't know anything, and I helped her a lot, and she was completely, interns are ruining my collection. I was like, you don't have a collection. This is a Givenchy collection. I mean, she doesn't.
It was Givenchy.
Yeah.
And she was doing the collection for the German market, I think. And she came 2 nights in a row to build the collection with us.
Work with her is a nightmare, I'm telling you.
Then she left to China, and she came here.
I remember somewhat. But
and apparently
that was
she
the
worked.
early time, like 2008 or 2010, between that period of time, right?
So she came, and then she came back to Paris. I don't know what she did exactly here. She said that she did I don't know what school or where, but apparently she was directing the school. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Then she came back to Paris, and she was hired at Parsons Paris.
Oh, okay.
To direct the program, the fashion program. And then she called me, and I joined the team. And I joined as the main professor and and also the coordinator of the fashion program. So that was 2008.
Okay. So basically, you were like, she helped you to go into Parsons, or someone like, she told you those opportunities in Parsons.
No, because she was already named as a program director, and she wanted to build a team.
People there. Okay.
And she wanted to build a team, so I think she called many people from the IFM.
Oh, okay.
And then
we have a bank anyway.
And then I joined the group. I was the only one from the the group.
So after that, you were appeared in Paris, and then
Parsons Paris that actually became later on Paris College of Art.
I see.
It's the same as education is a business, right? Yeah. And Parsons Paris is the licensee. So it was managed by an association that held the licensee, and this guy that took over was very business minded, and he did very good, and they started to get results. Actually, Parsons New York wanted to close Parsons Paris, so he sold to this guy because they thought he was going down, and he was bankrupt. But this guy did very good moves, and the students started to get more students. That's when we joined in as well. And all of a sudden, the Parsons said, listen, well, he got it for 5 years, the license for 5 years, and after the 5 years, we said, well, now it doesn't cost 5%, now it costs 20%.
That's really nice.
And then the guy said, no, fuck it, we don't.
Yeah, you don't have a license anymore, no?
Right, and then he said, we're going to build our own school. Then it was a big argument, and it was a lawsuit. That, of course, Parsons won. But then we got independent, and we did Parsons Paris. And then after that, there's a new Parsons Paris that was created.
Oh, that's the story.
That's the story. And then I stayed with Parsons, but now it's Paris College of Art. As a coordinator of the.
It's called Beaux-Arts. It's not the design. It's a Paris School of Art. It's a Beaux-Arts. It's not design.
No, it's basically the same as Parsons School. Parsons School is not just design. Parsons School, you do architecture, you do visual arts, you do fine arts.
Okay. So it's the same structure as Parsons.
We kept the same structure. We didn't change. Even our curriculum, it was basically the structure is the same.
So that one, how long were you there in Paris for that one? And that one, it was a French language taught school, or?
No, it's English. No, it's a strictly English school. English class.
I know, and lots of, especially right now, like a lot of Chinese students doesn't understand that, because they thought that if you go to Europe, eventually you need to study third languages, and people don't want to. But I think there are a lot of programs already taught in English.
There are international schools. Yeah, that the language in common is English. And we had recently, I think from the last five years, we've got a lot of Chinese students.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's very high. You have to pass the TOEFL, and the TOEFL, the requirement is quite high. So.
Even there, you still have to have the TOEFL requirement.
Yeah, of course. As an international, and the Parsons is quite strict. And the level is quite high.
Yeah, so basically it was just like the same system as the Parsons. It was just a different name.
Yeah.
But it's a private school.
Yes, it's crazy.
You're getting no. I mean the Paris School of Art.
Yeah.
It's a school which can grant your diploma. And degrees.
Yeah. Normally, in the American system, you need to be accredited by the big associations. And one of that, I think the most important is NASDAQ.
Oh, okay.
National Association of Education and Design, something like that. And all the big schools are accredited by that. And it takes a while to be accredited. And we got the accreditation, so we could deliver a degree, an American degree.
Yeah, degrees are from America. Right. Like you have American education degree.
Yeah, so
and then you're based in Paris.
Right. So you finish with a BSA, but also then, since we were independent from Parsons, we could also build all different programs. Like, for example, I built the accessory program, masters in accessories. I did the BSF, and then I created also the masters in accessories.
Oh, they have an accessory department aside of the fashion department.
Right.
And then they both have a master degree in education.
And they have a master's degree. And also they were building again PhD, so they can do PhD.
Oh, that's it.
And all that is accredited by American degrees.
But then, what's the reason that leads you to Shanghai later?
Well, besides Parsons as well, I taught at La Chambre Syndicale, which is very French.
Yeah.
Street.
Checking,
Yeah, very much entertaining. But when they hired me, they were going through a major change. They really wanted to make it more creative because, well, we both know Chambre Syndicale is well known for the techniques and not much for the creativity. So they were really trying to change the art and to make it more creative. So they hire new people, and that's when I was hired. I worked for them for almost 2 years.
But, I mean, anyways, now we're the same school anymore. Anyways, so we got merged with I mean, and then we're going to have a more creative side and the technical side, and everything's going to be integrated together. Also, with shop management, so we have all things in France. But if you consider that, what is also the difference between like school in Paris, I would say, the school at Parsons, IFM, and Paris school and the art design school. What are those schools? What's the difference between those schools?
Between Parsons?
Yeah, Parsons, IFM.
IFM and La Chambre?
No, the school you've been to, the Paris art school or designer school, that one. That one. So what are those subject differences between the three schools? Like
between Parsons and Paris College of Art? Very similar, very, very similar. There's not much difference. There's really not much. Now, we got the big difference. We got Donald Potard. I don't know if you know who he is. Donald Potard is he built Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Oh, okay.
Right,
yeah.
With Jean-Paul Gaultier. Okay. So they were at that time they were adolescents.
Really old.
Yeah.
It's like I think she's even older than the editor.
Yeah.
Right.
He's quite old, but he's a personality and somebody very important in I would say in the garment industry in Paris.
Yeah.
He has lots of connections. He also works for he helped to build many companies and many young designers. And so he is now, he was he stopped being the Artistique club. He became the program director.
She's much better. She's much qualified than Zizi. I'm sorry. Because I always have to diss her. I'm sorry about that.
I have to say, Zizi was, as a good German, he really had a structured mind.
She has really systematic things like that. Like
but
you
sometimes
really do that way.
I think as a base, to have as a base of whatever you want to do, something structured helps, right? But the problem is she was so rigid. And that's what, too many boundaries.
Yeah.
But if you have a structure, a solid structure like she does, then we could have, and then if you're more flexible, you can really go and back and forth and buy them through that.
Yeah.
And then you can leave your creativity. You know, when we don't have a structure as a creator, it's easier. When you have an open space and to create whatever you want, it's like being thrown out on the air and you can launch any way you want, right? Anyhow. But you have boundaries, you have directions, it's easy to design. So you need to have somehow some boundaries and directions. Donald Potter, what he brought is the network. And that's something that IFM had, right?
Yeah.
The network.
Yeah.
And Curator didn't have any.
Yeah. How could she have? But the thing is, you can talk about these two American schools. Still, it's like because the ranking is so high for Parsons, so that everybody is like so fascinated about Parsons.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know this school existing in France, and then have a good networking, and then also taught in English and everything else.
But Tom Ford was a graduate from Parsons in Paris.
Yeah, no. What I'm talking about is like the Parsons and Paris college. Yeah, because not a lot of people in China even heard about it.
Yeah, because it's new. Paris College of Arts is, you know, it takes a while to get known, to be known. And Paris College of Arts is only from 2000. When we really changed the name, it was 2011, 2012.
Okay.
So it's very recent.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, obviously we've been through the whole thing. But if you tell me about that, I would say Paris School of Art is much better than Parsons because you have all the networking connections locally there, and then you have all these big profiles to support the school. It's much bigger than Parsons Paris now. To be honest with you, you know, because even you say Parsons, like I think it was starting from 7 years ago, they collaborated with the editor about the textile. Well, if you compare the position of Lee and it's different, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. After you work for the Chambre, then you decide to come to Shanghai.
Right. I was working in both. I was working in Chambre and I was working at Paris College of Art. And then I got actually I was tired and we wanted to live with Alexandra, my wife. And we wanted to live especially Alexandra never lived abroad. So we were considering to live somewhere. We didn't know where. But I was quite interested in China. I didn't know where and I didn't know much about it. I was to China or Asia. I've been going at a time. I was going quite often to Taiwan. Since 2009, I was going to. I created a project that probably will take later. And then, so I really like the culture, even though I see that it's not really the same. But I was interested in coming to either China or Taiwan or Hong Kong. And then I got this offer. So somebody contacted me and do the program of Raffles. I just Googled Raffles and then I saw that, well, because I didn't know much about it. And then somebody told me about Raffles, that it's quite a known school in China, right?
It's one of the oldest foreign joint ventures in Shanghai or even in the whole picture of China. It starts before when I went abroad. Yeah, the first LaSalle school built on the 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite old.
Yeah, even when I had to get my letter of recommendation when I left to the dean of Paris College of Art, she knew about the school. She said, it's LaSalle. I didn't know. I was like, what? I don't know. I just know Raffles, but yeah, apparently it was before LaSalle, right?
Before was, I was also hired by them. Well, anyways, it was just like, before was the Canadian school, LaSalle, came to China. But back then, there was no foreign institutes allowed to solo practice in China. You have to be bound with a college in China. So basically, it was like they signed a contract with the Donghua University.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a joint venture foreign school. That was the first one.
Yeah.
And then later on, they had expansion for different locations in China. And then after the license was finished, and that was a policy that Donghua doesn't want to continue with. So they have to find out a way to practice in China. And then that was the time that China somewhat opened for foreign institutes to have solely owned company and school. So they changed the name as LaSalle. And then from LaSalle to Raffles. Yeah, and that was also because the full founder was coming from the Raffles Corporation, the Raffles family business in Singapore. So they just built up their own content and then gradually shifted, separated from the Donghua and then become a private-owned school. But if you consider a long period of history, it was basically the first or the second, I couldn't remember because its model was also there. So I don't know whether it was the first or the second foreign design school in China.
So, well, that's not the only reason why I came. One of the reasons what I said that we wanted to leave. And also, I think another reason is I was very interested in what's happening in China. Looking back from Europe and how important it is in the world and the role that it has.
The whole thing is shifting now.
And I wanted to witness, on my own and be part of the shift.
No, you'll really be part of this. So what about the project you've done for the sustainability, like the bamboo, and the bamboo creation?
Well,
right?
Yes. All it started because, I got a bit tired of what I was doing. And I actually not tired, but I was questioning myself for what I was doing, working on haute couture and working with the experience that I had in fashion. And I was saying, what am I doing this for? And I was like, even though, in a way, I consider that haute couture is not probably can be, you can call it sustainable in a way because they really sustain.
Yeah, exactly.
Craftsmen.
I understand that there's no necessary to being sustainable luxury. Luxury sustains itself.
Right, and thanks to luxury, thanks to haute couture, there are many ateliers that already been disappeared from.
Yeah, they reserve
from
the
Paris,
culture and
they
the craftsmanship.
really
revive it.
They really serve that. I mean, not the most important is still there because of haute couture, thanks to haute couture and the luxury brands.
Craftsmanship.
Yeah. And I mean, you consider all Belleville was craftsmen, but they're gone.
Yeah.
Just the only few that stay is thanks to that, thanks to the luxury company. But still, I was thinking, wow, what am I doing dresses for these people, especially couture, where I remember just being high. Sometimes I when I was working with couture, there's a limousine come to our studio. They would pick me up. They take me to the airport, take a private jet, go to do the measurement to Princess, and then somewhere in the Middle East, and then come back just for measurements. It's like, for what? She would wear it once.
Yeah.
And she won't wear it twice.
Yeah.
Right? Only once.
We had something even just after the defilé, just threw it away, you know.
Yeah. And that's what, and you put so much effort, so much money.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And it goes into a placard, into a wardrobe. Because even the museums, they don't want it. They're full of them. They don't want it.
You go to archive, that's it. Nobody want to see it even.
That's talking about haute couture that I think is quite sustainable. Now, I'm not even going into the ready-to-wear and the mass market, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was always looking to furniture. I mean, well, without looking how they're made. Still, you don't have the seasons. I mean, when you buy a chair, you never buy it for a
yeah, totally. I agree
right?
with that. And then they make more profits than us. Because
right.
one object, you just multiply it, that's it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And you don't throw it away. Every season, you don't change your furniture, you just keep it. So it's sort of like this slow, what we want to do is slow fashion, right? Yeah. A little bit with accessories. Accessories, you don't throw it away. You keep it back. You can use it many times and you keep it.
Yeah.
So that's what I always was interested more into the accessory part and later on to furniture. So I would go every time, twice a year, to Maison Objet, which is the big fair in Paris, where they show, it's an international fair, and they show furniture and crafts. Yeah. It's actually organized by the Crafts Association.
I think that one is much better than Premier Vision, no?
For me, it was much more interesting.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
When I went there once, I found this Taiwanese craftsmanship association of craftsmen that they were there and showing what they do, their know-how. Yeah. And I really liked it. It was something very new for me that I didn't know. And I just went to them and I said, listen, I really like what you do. I come from a fashion background, but I've done so many projects on furniture, and I don't know how we can collaborate. I said I'm working for, at that time it was Parsons, and well, they know Parsons by the name, and then they invite me to Taiwan for 1 week to travel all around the island. But it was just a craftsmanship tourism. So I would just visit ateliers from craftsmen deep in the mountains, on the coast, and they show me what they do. It was just amazing. And I will profit, I will experience the food, which is really good. Yeah, beautiful coast. And they asked me to, the craftsmen, besides they show me what they do, they will show me objects. One part of my trip was they will show me what they do. And they asked me, how can I make it better? What can I do to sell it into the European market? Very difficult because I have no idea. And plus, many of the objects are done with a cultural knowledge that I don't know. They have some motifs that come from the culture, especially we visit some of the native Hakka cultures. Yeah. And then they use
Hakka culture or the local, like the mountainers.
They
have all Africans, not just the Hakka.
They have the Hakka as well, but they're both all the local ones. But still they have some cultural background that I didn't know, and I was afraid to say something that is not appropriate. But anyways, it worked. I was just honest and I said, listen, that's what I think. And aesthetically and also functionally, I would say, well, listen, as a teacher, I had the training of trying to solve problems and making it easier and more practical. And it really worked. And then they said at the end, this association told me, listen, you want to come? We have you can work, we pay you to stay, and you can choose any artisan, any material. It wasn't what they offer me is just that. Yeah, and then I said, listen, I don't want to come on my own. Why not? Can I invite people? And maybe we turn into residents. I invite designers to collaborate with you. And they said, no, why not? So I went back to Paris and I started to contact designers. I didn't know many, the designer world, which is, I was just into the fashion world.
Well, this goes along nice.
I actually wasn't really using the IFM network.
I see.
I just went to I've been going to exhibitions of designers, and then I just saw a couple names, and I started to contact them.
They're interested as well, right? Yeah,
and then
sure.
they're much more down to earth than the fashion designers, I have to say.
Yeah, fashion design is something else.
Less arrogant, they are.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
they're a lot less arrogant. And also, I trust my feelings with somebody, and I think it's honest and generous. I invite him to join the residency, but because at the end I created a residency that goes hand in hand, and I would just invite designers over to come with me and design using the local know-how with a sustainable grounds, using the local materials as well.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning, it was just to create. We just go look what they do, look what the craftsmen do, learn from them, and then design. Mm-hmm. And there's we've done very, very good. I mean, I was surprised at the beginning because I didn't know that in such a little time we can do really and create with that quality. And because every time we would go for 2 or 3 weeks, and we managed to create really good product. Later on, I brought it back to Paris. I did for almost 1 year and a half, and then I didn't know what to do with all this. We were creative. And then I talked to somebody from the IFM, and they told me, maybe you should present it to the organizers of the what's it called?
In Paris.
In Paris, yeah. Every year they organize big, almost like a fashion week but for design.
Okay. Yeah.
And it happened that one of the alumni from the IFM was working with the organizer, and he said, that's what I've been doing in Taiwan. He said, wow, that's exactly what we need, and we're trying to fight for sustainability, real projects with people, and also this cultural, the cultural exchange that's happening between France and Taiwan. Yeah. And they invited me. First they wanted to charge me money, and I thought I have money. I just did it because the fun of it, and because I love it. And then they came back to me twice, asking for a little bit of money every time, less and less, and that's what I done. And finally I said, okay, let's do it for free because we really love it. And then I did a big exhibition there, and then every year they call me.
You should go back to business and then create new projects. Every
time, yeah, we do new projects, and then we were presenting in a very established and good venues, like we did at the Louvre, at the Musée d'Art Déco. They asked me to be the curator because every year they invite a country to be the honored country.
Yeah.
And
so you were curating the Taiwan section?
Yeah, I was curating Taiwan section.
Yeah, the region.
The region,
yeah. Anyway.
To be political correct.
Yeah. So I knew that you create different objects in Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
And then there was section with the bamboo bag.
We touched any material. It wasn't just exclusively bamboo. But bamboo was something that was really it's such a flexible material in the sense not because of flexibility, but flexibility on usage, on also flexibility on different ways of using it. Different ways of applying it. So that's why every time that I invite designers, even myself, we've gotten drawn to that material. Can you imagine, like, it's such a material that you can be in a house made out of bamboo, sitting in a chair made out of bamboo, sitting on a table of bamboo, in a plate of bamboo, with a spoon of bamboo, eating bamboo shoots, That's how much you can touch from bamboo. And also the plants, the herb that grows so fast. You don't need too much care to grow.
I visited the Vietnamese pavilion, if I'm not mistaken, on 2001 when we have an expo in Shanghai. The whole pavilion was built up with bamboo.
Yeah.
That was an amazing thing. I mean, this is a really amazing material. You can do a lot of things there. Well, I knew that you also, in our community, to build a bamboo bags here in Shanghai. but there are totally different techniques of building bamboo from the bamboo bag here and the bamboo bag in Taiwan. I think the Taiwan one is more industrialized or the more, how to say that word? It's like more complex, right? Because the way you have to bend it, you have to craft with the layers and join them together, glue them together. And here is like you simply just use the material as it is.
No, actually that's the bending and all the layering and that's the designer input.
Oh, okay.
They normally have the basic way, the basic craft that you find in.
Similar as we did it here, idea into the bamboo.
Right. So we use when we visited this craftsman, they have a very traditional way of working on it. And it's our input and our challenge to tell them, listen, maybe you can try something different. Or maybe we use this dirty technique, we do something different with that. We visited this craftsman that they use the rice straw to do this lions and dogs. They look like porcupine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we use the same technique to build chairs. So at the beginning I said, no, right, we cannot do that. But then there's a little bit of negotiation with them, and at the end we came up with something interesting.
Yeah, I think it is a really interesting collaboration because like the craftsmen from especially like the Eastern region, except Japan. I mean, just saying like the Eastern Asian region, they have all different techniques. But then most of the time they don't really open their mind and say like you have different directions to go with for creation. They just do it like this. I do like that.
Because they're the basic tradition. The tradition is I learned from my master. My master is this way, I have to do this way, as short as I can. But and that's how things are done. And then what they can do, they can copy each other, but they always they don't have this eagerness of innovation. And that's what it's missing. And that's our challenge. But they learn from us, they learn from exchange, not from others, they learn from their experience, and then they start challenge themselves, and then why not? And I've seen this change. After we do a collaboration, they're not going to do exactly what we did, but just going to use the techniques that they come out,
to create as well.
And then they start to create and to take some.
See, that reminds me of one thing. Like. It's actually our eagerness as fashion designers, especially for fashion designers. We're thinking of like we're creating something when we lack the technique to collaborate or to communicate with the customers nowadays. For the other design sectors like the furniture and the product designs, they always have to work with the industry, and then you build up this ability to communicate with the customers or the workers. In a better way to create things, make it really happen. But for our profession, somehow it's like we lack the middle bridge between us and them. Right?
Which, when I work in Moscow too, we have that because we discuss a lot with
but the whole
but it's just middle part, and the rest is. You don't have.
You go for like a systematically, like a machine generated old chains like that. You just when you finish it, just boom, do to the other. Then you don't have it.
All this when you come down besides the luxury brands and the haute couture, all the ways to wear, it's like you don't even see the craftsman. You just design in so much else. There's no distinction.
Exactly.
Which is so sad, and that's what I encourage my students to look at craft and try to see and maybe get some ideas. The design can start from that. I remember when we did this with La Sage, when she was in Paris, and she was still alive. And you can see all the library, the tissue library they had, was just amazing. And from there you can get all these ideas. That's where all the big designers, they would go there, Galliano and all those, they were there to visit the library that they had and from there to get the ideas. So in that way, it's a luxury actually to have that access.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I mean, actually, it's also, my understanding is also related with the industrialization, you know, because the stores are there itself. It's a question about, are you going into there to do the research? And for instance, obviously, we cannot always go to the textile museum or the private libraries, but still we have a lot of resources, especially for nowadays. You have something on YouTube one day, later on the second day you have everything on the internet. Well, it's a matter about, are we willing to research into all different objects and different subjects? I think this is the main issue of this generation. It's like they have so many things that they're willing, they have the curiosity, but they don't know how to, how to say, they don't know how to put them together. Become new area of the research and become ideas. I think that like it's a lack of that. It does really need to go out and see things.
I totally remember. I believe I haven't had a chance because now in my position, program director of the Raffles, I don't have the time, but I would love. And one of my intentions was to go and visit. I'm sure there's so much craft here in China that is not really being explored. You know, it's just there, sitting there.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, I truly believe that there is I would say, a fortune, a mind to dig in. And if you don't do it, it will disappear. Like, it will disappear. And I wish my students have this. I try, you know, when I can, and I talk about my experience. I try to go out there, you know. But I'm sure there's no close to Shanghai. I don't know if we can find that type of craftsman in Shanghai. Maybe close by. I don't know.
I think there's a new textile museum here in Shanghai, and then the biggest textile museum is in Hangzhou. They're trying to import more and more textile and craftsmanship objects there, and then they also covered from the ancient China to the modern era. But it was just, I think it's not enough yet because there are so many things that are not collected as well. So talk about the exercise, sports, and you
well, sports has been since the moment that I stopped dancing. When I stopped dancing, it was a true passion for me to dance. You know, I think dance was. I truly believe that dance was the most direct way that I could express myself, because it's you, your body, without any words, right?
Yeah.
It's you, your body, and people.
Yeah.
And just there's not screen, there's not nothing. It's just you express yourself. And it's your body. It's quite honest, you know. You cannot. With words, you can really manipulate it or express yourself.
Yeah.
Right? With your body, I couldn't. For me, I felt very honest in the way. And when I tried to start to pursue my ugly dreams, which is fashion, I couldn't just let it go little by little. It was like, I tried, it didn't work. So I just stopped cold turkey. One day I stopped dancing, and since then I never took another dance lesson. Because otherwise, it was like when you wanna break up with a relationship, it's like it's so hard when you just start to break up little by little. You just have to break up like a knife, you know. And then of course it was missing physical activity, and I started to run and a lot of running. Later back in Paris, I really like I really like the mechanics. I remember I found a bicycle, and I started to tweak it, to repair it, and then I really like how bicycles are done, the mechanical part. And then I remember I started to buy old bicycles and rebuild them. So that was, and then of course I started to ride them. So in Paris I just move around the city on bikes. And I had a 2010, I remember, in 2000. And somebody told me you should go swimming. So I started to swim. I ride bike during the day, and I was running. And then I said, well, maybe I should do a triathlon.
Crazy idea.
Since I was doing all this. And I started to train. And then in 2010, I did my first triathlon. And since then, I've been doing this triathlons and building bikes. Yeah. And so that's what got started with the bike as well. Because I was very interested in bikes, and then a company that builds batteries for bikes contacted me to see if I can build a bicycle, a bamboo bicycle
with the batteries,
with batteries,
electrical.
Yeah. And that's how I built this bike.
Yeah. But that one is still exhibiting.
It's an exhibition. It's never. I don't think we reproduce it.
Is that really hard to reproduce it?
It will be hard to reproduce. I mean, it can be done. Of course, it can be done. But you need some money, to be able to really. It was just the first prototype. I think we need at least 1 or 2 more prototypes to have it well done, and then it can be reproduced. Yeah. Definitely, because as is it works. I mean, I wrote it back in Paris. Yeah, it's 100% done in Paris with my friend, with another designer.
So, if we talk about right now, I know your main focus is teaching.
Right.
So, what do you see yourself in the future? Are you going back to designing career, or are you going to dedicate your life to teaching, or what are you gonna do? Like how do you combine it?
Well, I do. I'll be honest. I'm missing the creative part because I love to design.
Yeah.
And for the moment, my challenge is to build a program. I have a contract of 3 years, and I've been already 1 year, so 2 more years. If I have the opportunity and the time, I would like to continue building my project, especially with bamboo and bamboo bags and the bicycle thing. But yes, I do. I can do it on my own, and I don't have the time to look for somebody else to invest in that. But as I said, in the future, I don't want to stop teaching either, because that helps me to be current on what things going on. When you teach, you force yourself to be active and to investigate what's happening. And also I learn a lot from my students. So to be honest,
they have so many different ideas nowadays. Yeah.
So why I keep teaching is because I learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I don't want to stop learning. So.
Yeah. What do you think about the differences between teaching the Chinese kids and then the kids in Europe or in the States, from the States?
For me, the big difference is the kids in Europe that I have encountered. They have a very solid. Not everybody, but they do have a solid cultural knowledge of everything. And that's something that I don't see much here. And so it's a bit of a challenge, which sometimes is good, because since they don't know anything, I won't say anything. There's this like
pure,
right?
Yeah.
They're quite naive, and and it's like they throw themselves, without any background, anything heavy. But sometimes we have too much knowledge.
Yeah.
It's so hard to create something new. But if you don't have that, you just do
whatever. Yeah.
So that's a big difference. I would say from there.
And now you have your family here, baby here.
Yeah.
What do you feel like the city and the Paris? I know that. I mean, you have to have the milk powder. But other than that, it's like to raise up a baby here. I mean, obviously you have never raised up a baby in Paris, but raise up a baby in a foreign country. How do you feel like that?
Well, so far it's been very good. Shanghai it was a big surprise for me, a very positive surprise. I've been really quite comfortable. It's not really a regret coming here. The city is quite easy for us, and as a family, even when you have the store cars.
Yeah.
I think it's even simpler than going through the metros in Paris. I cannot even imagine having that.
Yeah.
But then our kid is only 8 months, so it's quite easy just to carry it around and move around.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife so far she's quite happy in the city. I mean, in Shanghai, every time that we go out, like now, we're discovering something new. So.
Yeah, there are a lot of things you can find here. Yeah. It's a rich history town.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
it was a pleasure.
Having time with me.